For 5 months a year, this river runs red, yellow, pink, and green, all at once, not a filter. Not a light trick. The aquatic plant Macarinia clavigera blooms only when water levels drop into a precise narrow range. Too high, the color vanishes. Too low, the plant dies. Locals call that window the Miracle Weeks. Tourists who arrive outside it find a perfectly ordinary brown stream. That gap between expectation and reality is, honestly, the most telling thing about Caño Cristales. The rock doesn't announce itself. You smell wet granite and cold air for about 2 hours before you see it. A horizontal slab jutting 700 meters above Lake Ringadalsvatnet, completely silent. Trolltunga was essentially unknown outside Norway until around 2010, when a single photograph went viral. Within 4 years, annual visitors jumped from 800 to over 80,000. Rangers still don't require guides. Which means most people arrive underprepared, in regular sneakers, realizing too late the return hike is 11 hours total. How does a salt flat at 3,656 meters become the world's largest mirror? After rain, a thin water layer, sometimes just 2 centimeters, settles over 10,582 square kilometers of compressed salt crust. The surface tension does the rest. What the photos don't show, the crust cracks under your weight in certain spots, and the brine underneath smells sharply of minerals. Local Aymara guides know exactly which sections to avoid. First-time visitors walking confidently ahead usually find out the hard way. Before 2019, Fjadrarglufur was a place Icelandic farmers knew and tourists mostly missed. Then a music video dropped. Justin Bieber filmed scenes here. and foot traffic exploded so fast the canyon's moss walls began visibly eroding within months. Icelandic authorities closed it entirely for 2 years. It reopened with a strict boardwalk system. What nobody mentions, the canyon is only 100 meters deep, but the 2-kilometer walk along its rim feels genuinely vertiginous. The scale deceives you completely until you're already at the edge. A French geologist who surveyed Bemaraha in 1921 reportedly refused to re-enter the formation after his first day inside. The Tsingy, razor-sharp limestone needles reaching 70 meters, aren't just difficult to navigate. They're genuinely hostile to human presence. The rock dissolves unevenly over millennia, leaving blades that slice through boots. Local Malagasy communities consider the interior sacred and largely stay out. Modern visitors cross on suspended bridges installed in 2002. The harnesses are mandatory. The guides, however, move through barefoot and considerably faster than anyone else. Lençóis Maranhenses sits inside one of Brazil's driest regions. Annual rainfall barely qualifies it as semi-arid. And yet, between July and September, thousands of freshwater lagoons fill the valleys between its white sand dunes. The contradiction is geographical. An impermeable rock layer beneath prevents water from draining. The rivers feed these lagoons, rain accumulates, trapped. Local fishermen from Barreirinhas figured this out generations ago and actually stock certain lagoons with fish each season. Tourists arrive expecting desert. They find something that has no precise name in any language. Three crater lakes sit within the same volcano, and each one is a different color. Not subtly different, One has been turquoise, then red, then black, all within recorded history. The chemistry shifts as volcanic gases alter mineral concentrations below the surface, unpredictably and without warning. Local Leo people believe the lakes hold ancestral souls, color changes signaling moods of the dead. Rangers track the shifts weekly. What visitors don't expect: the hike to the rim is paved, casual, 40 minutes. The strangeness arrives without any physical effort to earn it. The chalk cliffs of Etretat erode at roughly 30 centimeters per year. That number sounds manageable until you realize the three famous arches, Falaise d'Aval, Falaise d'Amont, Maniport, are actively collapsing in real time. Monet painted them repeatedly between 1883 and 1886 precisely because he understood they were temporary. The arch he captured most famously has already changed shape since his canvases. Visitors today stand on a beach of fist-sized flint pebbles, not sand, which shifts loudly underfoot. Nobody warns you how physically uncomfortable that walk actually is. Kayatur drops 226 meters in a single uninterrupted curtain, nearly 5 times the height of Niagara. The problem has always been access. There are no roads. The only practical option is a small propeller aircraft landing on a grass strip carved into surrounding jungle. Guyana deliberately limits daily visitor numbers to preserve the ecosystem. The cost of that decision: most people never go. Those who do land walk 8 minutes through dense forest and arrive at the edge with almost no warning. The sound hits before the view does. That order matters more than you'd think. The white travertine is warm underfoot. Not hot, not cold, but body temperature warm in a way that feels almost biological. Calcium-rich thermal water has been flowing down this hillside at 35 degrees Celsius for at least 2,400 years. The Romans built Hierapolis directly above it, convinced the waters were medicinal. They weren't entirely wrong. What surprises every first-time visitor? You must remove your shoes at the entrance. Walking barefoot across uneven mineral ridges, ankle-deep in milky water, is nothing like the photographs suggested. It's considerably stranger and better. Some of Zhangjiajie's sandstone pillars rise over 200 meters, while measuring less than 10 meters across at the base. That ratio exists because quartzite-rich rock weathers unevenly. Softer surrounding material erodes over roughly 380 million years, leaving these isolated columns behind. The consequence nobody anticipates. The forest canopy growing on top of each pillar is completely cut off from the ground ecosystem below. Separate evolutionary pressure, same mountain range. Park authorities installed the world's longest outdoor elevator, 326 meters, directly into one cliff face in 1999. Most visitors use it without once looking at what surrounds it. Why does a glacier that loses ice daily keep advancing instead of retreating? Perito Moreno feeds from the southern Patagonian ice field at a rate that precisely compensates its melt, roughly 2 meters per day of forward movement. That balance produces something rare. A living, collapsing wall of ice 74 meters tall at the waterline, actively calving in front of a public walkway. Rangers close certain boardwalk sections without warning when collapse frequency spikes. Visitors sometimes wait 3 hours for a significant rupture. Others see 4 in 20 minutes. There is absolutely no predicting it, and that randomness is the entire point. A photographer named Dave Morrow spent 3 days camped near Cape Perpetua in 2014, trying to capture Thor's well at the exact moment it appeared to drain the entire Pacific. He got the shot on day 3, 40 minutes before sunset, during a mid-tide surge. The well itself is simply a collapsed sea cave, roughly 6 meters across, where incoming waves pressurize beneath the rock and erupt upward. No supernatural drainage. No geological anomaly. But standing at the basalt edge during surge, salt water rushing past your boots, the rational explanation becomes genuinely difficult to hold on to. Halong Bay contains 1,769 limestone karst islands across 1,153 square kilometers of water, and almost none have beaches. The vertical cliff faces drop directly into the sea, making traditional settlement essentially impossible. Fishing communities adapted by building floating villages instead, anchored between islands for generations. Locals in Kwa Van have lived this way for over 500 years, with floating schools and floating markets. Vietnamese authorities relocated most families to shore between 2014 and 2019, citing safety concerns. The floating villages still exist, but considerably emptier now. Most cruise passengers photograph them without knowing what they're actually looking at. There are exactly 40,000 interlocking basalt columns at Giant's Causeway, and their hexagonal cross-sections are so geometrically consistent that early visitors genuinely refused to believe they were natural. The columns formed when a lava flow cooled at a precise uniform rate approximately 60 million years ago. Contraction stress distributed itself evenly, producing geometry that looks machined. The implication cuts both ways. Nature, given the right conditions, produces forms indistinguishable from human intention. Most visitors spend 20 minutes, take photographs, and leave. The columns extend underwater toward Scotland. That part nobody sees.